The easiest thing you will ever do in your life is to quit on your dreams. That will be the easiest thing you will ever do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yasmin, and this channel is all about becoming more beautiful through personal growth and self-development. I am here to spill the tea and the secrets to becoming that girl or that woman, the successful woman, the happy woman, the woman that is ready to take on the world. In today's video, we are going to talk about why you are failing. Did you know that one of Google's top search terms is how to stop failing? But I think before we get into how to stop failing, let's talk about why you are failing. So before we get started, please hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, grab a pen and a notebook, and put a comment down below that you are ready to take notes because Yasmin is about to talk and it's going to be amazing. By the way, there's a crow outside my window. I can't control the crow, so if you hear a bird crowing, then I guess he's in the video for today. So one of the main reasons that you are failing or you feel like a failure in general is because you're setting unrealistic goals. This is so common, happens so often because in school, they don't really teach you how to set goals. And a lot of people have a hard time prioritizing their tasks, what they need to do. They're making goals for themselves that do not align with their everyday lifestyle. It's really important to have a solid goal and plan because a lot of times when we are starting a goal or we're taking the time to really achieve this goal, we can get confused or lose motivation, and that's why it's really hard to have that success at the end, is because we lose interest, we're unmotivated, and there's not really a clear path to how to get things done. The SMART goal framework is a really popular tool that a lot of people use, especially in the medical field when it comes to how they want to execute a task. The SMART goal objective stands for goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and within a certain time frame. When you create a SMART goal, it's really important to make sure that they are clear, well-defined, and make sure that they are specific in regards to what you want to achieve. The more specific you are with your goals, the more direction you have when it comes to achieving that goal. So once you create a clear, specific goal, it's important to be measurable. You should be able to measure your goal. And how do you measure your goal? It's by tracking your progress. So when you create a goal that's measurable, you need to be able to track the progress of that goal. For each SMART goal, you should really have just one measure. For example, someone says, I'm going to drink a green smoothie and lose 10 pounds in 30 days. This is two measures in one goal and they're two different variables, so it's definitely going to confuse you and it's definitely going to be harder to attain because you're trying to do two things at once. Better ways to write this goal, and the first one's really easy, is to tell yourself, I will lose 10 pounds in 30 days. So it's specific, you want to lose 10 pounds, the measure is the 10 pounds, and you have a time frame, 30 days. Now, whether it's relative or achievable within your life, that's up to you. If you want to be more specific, you can say, I will exercise 4 times a week and report a weight loss of 10 pounds in 30 days. So in this example, you broke down into more details how you're going to lose those 10 pounds by exercising 4 times a week, because it's that exercise that's going to result in the weight loss. Once you figure out your goal, make sure that it's achievable and relevant to your life. If you have kids and a full-time job, telling yourself that you will exercise 4 times a week maybe isn't relevant to you. Maybe it's going to be hard to attain. Make sure your goals align with your life and what it looks like right now. Not next week, not in 6 months, or not in a year. If you only have time for a 10-minute workout, that should be your goal. And 10 minutes is better than 0 minutes. And in the long run, you will see progress from those 10 minutes of working out. Give yourself a realistic timeline for getting things done. And I'm using exercise as a goal because I think a lot of us have done this in the past, where we one day decide that, hey, I'm gonna start doing the most advanced Pilates like Hailey Bieber, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna have the best shape of my body. And I'm sorry, when was the last time you even stretched? Like, how do you expect to achieve a high level of Pilates and to stick with it when you haven't even stretched your arms in a really long time and you can't touch your toes, then you just go home and decide that this isn't for you. It's not for you because you put yourself in a position that's not attainable or achievable for your life right now. But if you took 50 steps backwards and you started from step 1, you would have been able in the long run to be where you wanted to be. But because you put yourself in the winner zone without really starting from the 0 zone, you're failing. So the term that I like to use is called the Superman effect. So basically in our minds, we really want to skip all the steps. We want to be able to learn how to fly without actually learning how to fly. We want to be able to be really strong without learning how to be strong. In our minds, we really want to be indestructible. We set ourselves up to thinking that we are indestructible, and that falls back on us. We want to be able to fly without falling, and that's why we keep putting ourselves in these goals or these positions or try to overcomplicate things without taking it really back from step 0. So make sure you set a realistic time frame for your goals. What is a realistic time frame for you? What can you get done in a week, in 2 weeks, in a month? What can you get done in a year? Make sure your goals are realistic. I recommend that you set your goals for every 30 days. That way you really reevaluate every time and you come back to it and you see what's working, what's not working for you. The goal really is once you set that timeline and you reach it, you reevaluate what worked for you, what didn't work for you. Applying the SMART goal method will boost your success rate in the long run. You will feel that your goals are much more achievable to you and that you are reaching success at a much more reasonable pace. So remember, if you are not setting clear and SMART goals, that is an automatic recipe for failure. Another reason for why people are failing is the fear of failure or a fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. This fear can hold people back from taking risks or trying new things that can actually lead them to success. The fear of failure is a common human emotion. I feel it, you feel it, everyone feels it, and everyone has this feeling from time to time. It can manifest in many different ways, such as procrastination, self-doubt, or avoiding the challenge and taking new risks, and even just complete avoidance of the task that you're supposed to do. Fear of failure is the #1 cause of why people are not following their dreams. And this will lead to so many missed opportunities and room for growth. Your success could have been just around the corner if you had the courage to try. Chasing your dreams will be the scariest and hardest thing you will ever do. The easiest thing you will ever do in your life is to quit on your dreams. That will be the easiest thing you will ever do. It's not only going to affect the opportunities that you missed, it's going to affect your physical, your mental, and your emotional well-being. You're going to be stressed. You're going to have anxiety. You're going to have paranoia. And you're going to have a sense of emptiness that you didn't accomplish anything. You're going to start feeling like your life doesn't have purpose or meaning. And that all falls back onto the fear of not trying. This will ruin your confidence. This will ruin your relationships with other people because you feel undeserving and that no one likes you. It's going to be really hard to be successful if you keep allowing your mind to feed on that fear. So it's important to really recognize and address and write down what it is you're afraid of. Is it just fear of failing in general? Is it fear of what your peers, your friends, or family are going to say? If you are afraid of what people are going to say, I'm going to tell you right now. People will talk about you whether you are an angel or a devil. It does not matter. People will always want to talk. And if you want to take away your chance of success because you're afraid of what someone who's not going to pay your bills, who's not going to wipe your tears, who's not going to remember your birthday, if you want to waste your time thinking what they're going to say, how they're going to react, what your friends on Instagram are going to say, what you're doing is really throwing away millions of dollars that could have been in your pocket. So it's really important to acknowledge your fear. What is it exactly that you are afraid of? Why are you afraid of failing? What is the worst thing that can happen if you fail? Once you fail, there's only going up from there. Once you hit rock bottom, you just have to keep going up. You keep climbing the ladder. Success is not just one stepping stone that you stand on all day long. That's success. Success is continuing to climb the ladder. Moving on to another and one of the most common reasons that you are failing is that you are procrastinating. Yes, procrastinating, the famous P. I like to think of procrastination as a disease. It's such a bad habit that really impacts your whole life in a negative way. And it's not just a bad habit, it's a dangerous habit because once you get used to it, it's really hard to break. And you'll notice you start slipping in every day. You're not working out as efficiently, you're not even getting dressed efficiently, you're half dressed, you're tired, You're not looking presentable because you continue to procrastinate in everything. You're not eating healthy anymore. You're skipping breakfast. You're not putting yourself first. You're late to class. You're late to work. And it's why I call it a disease, because it's really sneaky. It affects your entire day, your entire life, but you don't really notice it until you really hit rock bottom. Constantly procrastinating everything in your life, it actually weakens you, just like catching a cold weakens your immune system. You weaken your mind. You weaken your body to feel motivated to do anything because you keep pushing it off. Another reason for why you are failing is distraction, which is also another reason for why you are procrastinating. If you have important things to do, limit your distractions. Why are we distracted? Well, we have a phone that gives us access to the world. It is an amazing device, but it's also kind of why a lot of us are really losing our brain cells. So make sure you're taking notes, because I'm about to teach you a motto or a phrase that I like to use that really helps me when I feel like I'm getting distracted. Make sure your paper is crisp and clean, because this motto will change your life. And I wrote it down right here. So, if what I want now will still be here tomorrow, then why am I chasing it? Why am I scrolling through social media? The picture is not going to go anywhere. The post is not going to go anywhere. Why am I choosing that over what I'm supposed to do? What I'm supposed to do has a deadline. Social media doesn't have a deadline. The post is going to be there. The reels are going to be there. TikTok's going to be there. So why am I chasing it right now? So if everything's still going to be there tomorrow, why are you choosing it today? And once I started implementing this motto in my life, it really helped me prioritize what's important and what's not important. Anytime I find myself holding my phone when I'm supposed to be cooking or cleaning or doing laundry, I tell myself, wait, this isn't going anywhere. What am I doing? Let's get this out of the way so I can actually relax and put my feet up without having to think about the million things that I have to do. So turn off the distractions, find some quiet time, write down your goals or what you need to get done for today, split them up into small tasks, start managing your life. You're failing because you're not managing your life. You're procrastinating, you're afraid of failing, you don't want to do things anymore. You're implementing the Superman effect where you want to have everything. You want to be successful, but you're not really doing anything to become successful. Or you're jumping from step 1 to step 100 without really doing the millions of things that you're supposed to do in order to reach step 100. Really reflect with yourself, why are you failing? What are you doing that's causing you to fail? Are you procrastinating? Are you distracted? Are you afraid of failing? Are you afraid of trying? Are you setting unrealistic goals and expectations in your life? Really figure out what's going on with your life and why you are failing and how you can stop and change directions. And remember, we all have moments where we're distracted, we're not motivated, we just kind of want to not do anything for the day. And that's okay. We all have those moments. We're human. But if you find that a majority of your day, you just don't want to do anything, you're not getting anything done, then that's a problem. There's an issue going on in your life that you really need to try to acknowledge and figure out in order to really help you succeed. So I really hope you found this video inspirational, motivational. I hope it really encouraged you to take the time to really reflect and evaluate in your life. Please make sure you hit that thumbs up button again and subscribe and leave a positive comment down below. I read all of them and I will reply. So thank you so much for watching the video and stay tuned for more.